Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard and we're out here at Century Park. I'm not trying to shoot 10 under par today. Instead, we're going to be playing the 7th match in the Zone Clone bracket. This one being the 7-seed Distortion versus the 10-seed Harp. If you haven't seen the previous videos in this series, I'd appreciate if you went back and watched them. But I don't really have any experience with the Distortion at all. It's a little domey, but feels pretty much about like you'd expect out of a Zone. Pretty shallow. But I do have plenty of experience with the Harp. I used to bag it a lot. It's a lot deeper than the Distortion, but with it being in this BT hard plastic, I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit less stable than the Distortion, but I'm not really too sure. So let's go and get in the video and find out. All right, guys, so for hole 1, got a par 3, 260 feet. Basket's down this way, tucked off to the left. I think I could just pretty much throw both of these flat. I'm not sure if I can get both of them there, but we should be able to get ourselves at least in the circle 2, something like that. This Distortion's got the box. It's early. That might be a putt though. Maybe a good skip. No, it's early too. They'll probably be like right on top of each other. Honestly, better than I expected. No height. Ugh. 2 good layups. All right, guys, so hole 2, another par 3 at 260 feet. You can see the basket right there. I think for both these discs, though, I'm going to go with my normal play, which is the backhand, like flex shot to the left side of these 2 trees. Hopefully get to bend a little bit to the right and then push straight near the end. Or just go between them. I've done that like every time. And just park it. That's better. I didn't turn it enough. Oh, that should still be a putt, I think. Come on. Oh, man. All right, guys, so for hole 3, we got a par 4, 410 feet. Basket's up the hill, tucked slightly off to the left, but all we really got to do off the tee is just get ourselves in the middle of the fairway. From there, we just have a pretty stock approach shot in the green. I'm going to just go flat backhands out to the right side of the fairway, both of them. We have a tailwind, so it should stable them up a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, dang, that might just went in the creek. Shoot, that's like the only bad place to end up. Yeah. And that's in the creek too. Okay, so both discs are in the ditch, but I'm going to take casual relief from both of them, so that way I'm not having to play from down in there and risk slipping and falling. Distortion's out. Just going to have to throw just a stock hyzer backhand. Nothing too crazy. Oh. You sit, please. Okay, went a little long, but that should be fine. Please hit that. Ooh. I threw both of those way too hard. No. Oof. Oh boy, here comes the train. All right, guys, we're on hole 4. This one's a par 3, 240 feet. Basket is straight ahead behind this tree right here. All you gotta do is throw something just straight at the basket, let the disc fade off that tree, and hopefully get up there into the green and not scoot long or anything crazy like that. I didn't mean to flex it like that, but that should be really good. Oh, that was a great tree. That probably would have gone like 60 long if I didn't hit that tree. That's more what I was looking for, but I think that's short. Yeah. Dang. Oh, slipped out. Ugh. All right, guys, so for hole 5, got a par 3, 205 feet. You can see the basket right there in front of us. Typically, I like just going straight at the basket, but this time I'm going to go out to the left on a forehand, just try and give them as much height as I can. Probably throw them flat, maybe I don't think I need to throw them on any hyzer. We do have a headwind, so I might need to throw the Harp on a little bit of hyzer, but I think the Distortion can handle the wind pretty well. Oh, never mind. Wow, that did not handle that wind well at all. After seeing that, I'm definitely going to throw the Harp on a backhand just straight at the basket. There we go. Yep. Get there. Oh, man. All right, guys, so for hole 6, got a par 3, 300 feet. You see the basket straight up ahead. We haven't really thrown many forehands with these discs, so I figure I might as well just go and do it on this hole because odds are I'm not going to be able to get them down there anyway. But Harp's got the box finally. Golly, I threw that so low. That's better, but that's still like maybe edge of circle 2. Probably not even that close. All right, I'm going to go for just a forehand turnover at the basket. This thing's been acting pretty stable, so I think I can trust it on a little bit more anhyzer than I think I can, but just gotta be careful about turning it over in this wind. Come out, come out, come out. Yeah, that's fine. Not a great tree, but that's still like a 20-footer maybe. Yep, perfect. All right, guys, we made it to hole 7. This was a par 3, 240 feet. You see the basket just straight ahead. We are going pretty far downhill, so it's going to play a lot shorter than that. Yeah, I'm going to throw both of them on a backhand down the right side, have them fade out, and hopefully skip towards the basket. Swing. Come on. Yeah. It's a little long, but that's like a 10 to 15 footer. Come on. Yeah, that's like maybe a little bit past the Harp. All right, guys, so for hole 8, got a par 3, 207 feet. See the basket straight ahead. We are going pretty far uphill. We do have some really big bushy trees between us and the basket, so I'm not going to be surprised if I have to use a mulligan on this hole at all. And we have a headwind on top of everything else. I don't think I'll have a problem getting the Distortion there, but the Harp, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. At least pin high. I'll probably be able to get it into the circle. But yeah, just going flat, slightly out to the right of the basket. Just got to make sure I give this the right amount of height. Oh. All right, that will be the mulligan for the Harp. Yep. Well. No, yep. That's definitely going to be the mulligan for the Harp. I don't know if the Distortion's parked or not, but that's going to be at least inside circle look. Ooh, that looks really good. Get in the bucket. Ooh, nice. Nope, left. The question is, do I use... No, I'm going to save the mulligan for the Distortion for the next hole because there's no guarantee I'm going to make this putt with the second attempt at it. So odds are I'll be able to use it more effectively on the next hole. All right, guys, we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This was a par 3, 240 feet, just right there. Only thing to really worry about is there's the OB creek between us and the basket, but odds are that shouldn't come into play. I'm just going to take both of them, throw them at the tree just to the right of the basket, and as long as I miss it, I'm pretty much guaranteed to be parked, at least the majority of the time. Even if we do hit it and fall straight down, it'll be like an edge of circle putt. Like I said, the Distortion still has a mulligan, so I can save that for the drive or the putt, but I think it's all just going to depend on where the Harp ends up after this shot. It's going first, so let's see what happens. Just sit. Ooh, it did not sit. Okay, that's still like a 20 to 25 footer. So we'll see where the Distortion ends up. I'm gonna try and save the mulligan for its putt if I can. Just missed that tree. Yeah. Okay, yep. It's gonna be a little long, but I think that's closer than the Harp. Okay, so from here the Distortion looks farther, but I think it's like just outside of 20 feet, whereas the Harp's probably just outside of 25 feet, something like that. Used every single bit of the basket I could there. All right. Okay, so I just did the math in my head real quick to make sure I was right, and I was. Both the discs are tied at -4, so we're going to do a CTP to decide the winner. And since the Distortion still has its mulligan, I'm going to allow it to use it during the playoff or during the CTP, but we'll flip to decide who goes first. If the Distortion's face up, it'll go first. Face down, Harp will go first. Face up, so it's the Distortion. But yeah, I'm throwing from here to 8's basket. Ooh, that was not good. And I got a big skip. That's better, I think. Okay, I'm gonna go run up there and check, and then I'll probably end up having to use the Distortion's mulligan. So I put the Distortion to about 20 feet, and the Harp's probably, maybe not 10 feet, but somewhere between 10 and 15 feet. So very beatable, but let's see if I can do it with the Distortion. Ooh, that's going to be really close. All right, guys, so right here at the basket, the Distortion is 15.5 feet away, or at least my feet away, and the Harp was 13.5. So Harp's the winner. All right, guys, to finish up our round out here with the Harp and the Distortion. Like I said, the Harp was going to be moving on to the next round. I'm not too surprised about it because, like I said, I have had a lot of experience with the Harp. And the Harp is a very unique disc, even compared to a lot of these other zone clone discs. Because in my experience, the Harp has a lot less glide. And so it almost has kind of like a Berg effect where even when you do miss, you don't miss by that much. So in my opinion, it's one of the best approach discs ever made because it has all the advantages of a zone type disc. It's going to come in and have a much softer landing than a lot of discs like the Distortion. I do like the Distortion a lot. It definitely feels like it fits more in like a mid-range slot, less of an approach disc, because like I said, it was having a lot of really fast reactions and I was getting a lot of distance out of this with how overstable it was. I don't know if that's just because I was throwing alongside the Harp and that's what made it feel like it was flying so much faster, but this thing really feels like it's almost more of like a 5-speed with a really overstable finish to it. But yeah, if you're looking for a zone in Prodigy plastic, I don't think you could go wrong with this. Obviously, you also have like the A2, A3, all that other stuff. But I think this one fits the description of a zone at least a little bit better than those two, especially in the sense that it has a really good amount of glide with overstable finish. But yeah, so Harp's moving on to the next round, and I don't remember what the next two are. I think it was the Yarn and the Drop. I should have that out next Friday, so if you are interested in that, stay tuned. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a good one.